Hey y'all, it's Claire Zinnecker, and today we're going to be talking all about kitchens and laundry rooms, mudrooms. Specifically taking a tour of a client project of mine that is under construction. I get so many questions about kitchens, and I actually love working on a kitchen. There are so many decisions that go into it, and I think it is so fun because you can customize every little detail if you want, and I love to learn about my client and make every kitchen just perfectly suited to them. There are so many different things to think about, and honestly, we didn't even cover them all in this episode, so we're going to do a second episode of this project once it's completed, so you can really visualize some of the things. But in this walkthrough today, we are going to be looking at design, we are going to be looking at the placement of things, we are going to be looking at countertops, flow, vent hoods, and all goodies like that. I thought it'd be fun to tour a project that's under construction so you can kind of see things in the mess, in the thick of it, and then we can see things finished at the end. So let's talk about kitchens. Hey y'all, I am here today on a job site, and we are about hopefully a month out, so I wanted to kind of show y'all what it looks like as things visibly start moving along. So we've got cabinet boxes in. Today we're going to confirm that those are all correct. We are going to template for countertops and yeah, see some progress. Talk about some things we think about while we are designing, specifically today, a kitchen and a mudroom. This house is a small little bungalow in Austin, and the clients love it as it is. They want to keep it that way, so we expanded their kitchen but still kept the same footprint, which is a fun challenge. I love an old Austin home. It's kind of that cozy cottage feel that is one of my favorites. So as you can see here, the original kitchen had a bank of cabinets here, and then it had an island that ran this way, and we decided to completely change that, maximize the space. When I am designing a kitchen, I have to think a lot about how the specific client uses the space. And for them, they are active, young couple, and they entertain a lot. So I wanted the kitchen to feel like an integral part of the home. It is not a huge open floor plan, but we did increase this cased opening a little bit just to allow for easier flow throughout the space. So we wanted to bring in an island where people could sit when you're cooking. So we'll have counter stools here. This will be a beautiful paint grade island with a lovely marble countertop. A few other things to think about when you're designing a cabinet. There are different styles as far as how the doors and drawers sit on the cabinet. So you have the highest price point, which is inset, which means that the doors and drawers are actually set flush with the frame. So when you see a cabinet that has the frame around it and then the door and drawer sits flush, that's inset. Then there is a full overlay, which means that the doors and drawers cover all the framing and it looks pretty seamless. That's kind of what I would say is like mid-tier. And then you have partial overlay, so that you will see the frame of the cabinet, but the door and drawer faces sit on top of it, like in full overlay, but you'll have gaps between. It's just another way you can potentially hit your budget. Specifically for my more cottage-like homes, I use paint grade a lot. Paint grade means that the cabinet is designed to be painted, which means that the material that makes up the cabinet is maybe not the most expensive wood because it doesn't have to have a pretty grain, it's going to be painted away. Stain grade means you've picked a wood, white oak, red oak, walnut, all sorts of different woods. And that the grain of the wood will show because it won't be painted, it'll just be stained or sealed. It is a really fun way to add personality, and also it is typically more affordable than a stain grade option would be. So we have paint everywhere in here. They have the original red oak floors that are stained dark, so we'll still get that wood element that way. This couple doesn't have a ton of stuff. They don't need a ton of stuff, so we didn't put any uppers in this kitchen. The ceilings are low, so it keeps the footprint, keeps the feel really open. We have a big counter here. We're going to have a sink that is marble apron front to match the marble on the counters, which is a really great detail to add to make it feel super custom. You can see all the cabinet boxes here. We have drawers. I love a drawer, but I will say that drawer hardware is a little more expensive than cabinet hardware, so that will bump up your price. We have drawers. We have a panel-ready dishwasher here, which means that the dishwasher will be hidden behind a cabinet panel. Sink here, apron front marble. And here we have a beautiful unlacquered brass bridge faucet with a sprayer going in. We have the panel-ready fridge freezer here, which same as the dishwasher. It is completely invisible. It'll look like cabinetry. It is such a great way to give you that custom kitchen look, but it is going to be an added expense. When I'm talking with a client, I really like to learn about how they cook, what they need. We do a lot of pull-out drawers because of accessibility versus trying to reach into a cabinet to get a pot or a pan. So we have an island full of drawers here that is so wonderful, so much storage, soft close hardware. Then over here we have small banks of drawers flanking the range, and then we'll have the smaller cabinets for cutting boards, spice pull-out, things like that. And then of course, vent hood. I love a vent hood that is not stainless steel, so we usually frame ours out and either plaster or sheetrock it. Sometimes we trim it out to look like a cabinet. So this one is a bit of a bell curve. It comes as a kit. Super easy, order it. They have a bunch of options. You can customize the size if needed. And for this particular client, since there isn't any plaster in this kitchen, we are going to sheetrock and paint it and keep it really simple. And yeah, that's it. Beautiful kitchen, very excited. Let's talk a little bit about counters, even though they're not in yet, because there are a lot of decisions to make in a design. So for these counters, we are doing a natural stone. We're doing a Calicut marble. So we are doing it 3 cm thick, and that is the actual thickness of the slab. So typically it's a 2 cm or a 3 cm thick. 2 cm is a bit more modern, and then 3 cm is kind of the traditional edge. Or if you want it even thicker, you can miter the edge so that it has a false front to it and makes everything look thicker. We're not doing that here because what we are focusing on is the edge detail of the counter itself. So we'll have a decorative edge, and it'll be an OG edge. And that will wrap around. It'll be the same throughout this entire space, keeping it consistent. But our backsplashes will change depending on where we are in the kitchen. So here we don't have it die into a wall, so we're doing a decorative edge that will round up like so and come across and have a little curve inset here as well. But on this side, we are going to run the backsplash all the way, so it'll die into the fridge and die into that wall. I love a natural stone. If you need to be budget conscious, or maybe you're really particular about things scratching and staining, then I would say maybe you look at a quartzite or a quartz, which is manufactured stone. But for me, I love seeing a marble age. I love seeing it change. It feels very European, timeless. So I always push for natural stone marble if I can. All right, so let's move on to their mudroom pantry. See here, I'm really excited about this. We have a brick style tile that we did a herringbone pattern on, and I absolutely love the way it turned out. It feels like it's always been in this house, which is my goal. We will have a vintage door here filled with glass. It'll pocket to close off this space if needed. So in here it had to be a multi-purpose space for these clients. They are active, so we needed to have space for them to have bags, coats, athletic gear. So over here we have storage. We'll have storage here, a little bench here for them to put on their shoes if needed. And we'll have this bank of drawers for shoes, and then a big cabinet here for coats, anything like that that needs to go hidden away. We'll have mops and miscellaneous supplies in a cabinet right here, and then here
it is more of like a bar feel almost. So we'll have a panel-ready drink fridge here for beverages. And again, it'll have a cabinet face to it. Counter runs all the way across. A couple more miscellaneous drawers for storage for them. And in here, we are doing the most beautiful stone. I'm so excited. It has a purple to it, and it'll just make this space really fun and unique. This is wrong, which happens on a project, but what it will be when it's finished is an appliance garage. So the cabinet doors will tuck in here so that you have full accessibility. We'll have a counter here for coffee, making things like that, and then the above uppers will be set back. So you have a full working space that you can close away, and we'll have drawers below for them. And then here you can see this is the vintage door. We had some new glass put in that feels like an old leaded glass, and this will separate the kitchen from the mudroom, and I am so excited about it. All right, so stay tuned. Fingers crossed we stay on schedule because these clients need us out of here. And I can't wait to show y'all the finished product. We're getting cabinets painted, countertops installed, we have hardware to put on, and lighting. So this is the exciting part of the project where things really start happening visually, and take y'all along for the ride. All right, thanks. If you liked this, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment below asking me any question you want. Thanks. Bye.